Yo, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video, and today we are going to be testing out DX11, DX12, and performance mode in Fortnite. As many of you guys know, with the most recent update, version 15.10, they added a new mode to PC. Console they got nothing besides shotgun, but PC got a pretty major update, and now that when you go to your settings, there's not just DX11 and DX12, there's now something called performance mode as well. This performance mode actually makes your PC have higher frames, but it doesn't look as good. So we're going to test all of them out, and I'm going to give you guys my opinion on which one you guys should be using today. Now, we are going to start with DX12, but trust me, DX12 is probably not the best one to be using in this due to the fact that, at least for my PC, as you guys can see in the gameplay back here, it's really laggy and the frames are just terrible. And my opinion is if you're going to use performance mode, you're most likely on a PC that cannot run DX12. And the reason why I say that is you can see, don't expect any like major pros or any streamers or content creators that you watch to be using performance mode, because it looks so bad and their PCs can handle the game just looking as bright as good as possible. So if they can handle that, there's no point in them really using it. So as you guys can see, DX12 is not the best feature for you guys to be using. I would not recommend DX12 for you if you are watching this video to try to get the higher FPS. However, DX11 is a lot better, and I'm going to show you that right now. As you guys can see, we're loading into a creative, and right away, DX11 is a lot smoother. Also, I did not mention this, but you have to actually restart your game to get all these new modes. You can't just leave creative and it'll be there. You have to actually restart your game. So say you're on DX12 and then you want to move to performance, you got to actually restart your game. Same for performance to DX11 and same for DX11 to DX12. As you guys can see, gliding down is a lot smoother. Now, I actually had a counter when I was getting this footage in the background. There was a counter earlier then. Later in the video there'll be a counter, but for now there's no counter. But I can assure you guys I was getting this smooth 120 FPS because I play on a 75 Hz monitor, so I put it on 120 because you probably should put it one above. So cranking is pretty good. Tarping feels smooth and stuff. Everything just feels a lot more smoother than on DX12, which, like I said, DX12 is for really, really good PCs. DX11 is for average, and performance mode is for people that are really in need and are not making content at all on the game. So I just keep on cranking here, and I can tell you it's a lot more smoother. And I believe we're gonna change over to performance mode very, very soon. And I'm going to be showing you guys why performance mode actually counts. Also, here's me showing that also on performance mode, you can see, you're on performance mode because all that stuff is grayed out, and you actually have to be able to see. But now we're going to move into performance mode in creative and test it out. But also, you can just see from here, the actual game is pretty laggy if I'm being honest. It looks really not the best if I'm being honest. It really does. It's like these are about the same part. Like you can see those builds. Like it's like mobile graphics if I'm being honest. Mobile graphics in here, and we're gonna do tests for each type of FPS to see how long my PC personally can run before it starts capping out on the same amount of FPS. So currently we're on 120 FPS. I know it looks like we're on 30, but that's how every single computer looks. It looks like that for everyone. We move over to 144 FPS, and it's still a really good FPS value. As I'm about to turn on my show FPS so that everyone can see it because the numbers weren't popping up on the recording. So as you guys can see in the top right corner, I'm getting about 144 frames per second while cranking with performance mode. I would definitely be getting 140 FPS in creative with DX11 as well. My PC would probably cap around 180. 160 FPS, very easy to get again. Your PC really, if you don't get 180, can't get 160 FPS in creative, you most likely don't have a really game PC, or you have like a monitor that can't go that high, or like basically your specs aren't that good, and they're probably not meant for gaming. Tarping looks pretty nice. 165 FPS. Well, the gameplay doesn't look really nice. That's the thing about the performance mode is that if you are looking to be a content creator, you can 100% not use this, because no one is going to want to watch mobile graphics that's reading to 180 FPS. No one is going to want to watch graphics that look like mobile. They would rather just go watch a mobile player. So there's really no point in using these graphics if you're being a content creator. However, if you're not being a content creator and you do not mind how bad your game looks and you would rather get frames, this is 100% the best way to go. Also, there's rumors that the input delay might be a bit better. 200 FPS is where it basically stops for me. I start getting like a consistent 180. But basically, if you want less input delay in frames, performance is the way to go. But if you want to make content and make it look nice, DX11 or DX12 is the way to go. But also, if you're using DX12, you most likely have a pretty beefy PC, because most pros, you will notice when you watch streams, most pros will not use this. I believe Jamper used it. That's the only one that I know actually used it in pro streams, and I don't think he used it the whole time, because all those pros have really nice PCs on themselves, so they don't need the extra health. They can get the FPS, so there's no point in using it. If you have a great PC that can consistently get 240 FPS in creative and maybe like 180 FPS in game, 100% use that. Use DX or whatever you were using, because that is plenty enough FPS. And especially like if you're in a moving zone arena game, you're still probably going to get about 120 FPS if you're using those type of skips. And say you have like a $5,000 PC like Jerry has, then definitely use DX12. Maybe you say you have a $3,000 gaming PC, more like $1,500 gaming PC. Maybe use DX11. And then if you have like a laptop or anything like that, consider using performance mode, because you're probably not that big into content if you're using a laptop. Unlimited, basically the same as expensive 180 FPS. This gameplay looks really, really bad. I'm sorry for that. It's just, I don't know how to make it look any better. There's really no way to make it look any better. The graphics look like they're from the iPhone like 3. Actually, I'll give that to the 6. They did pretty good. But maybe over time the graphics will get better, maybe not. We also show 30 FPS for some reason. And this is like actual phone. I was trolling about the phone earlier, but the builds look like they're on a phone. And 60 FPS. There's really, I don't know why you would use 60 FPS to begin with, because you usually have a 60 Hz monitor, and you should put it one more so you get 120. I don't know. 60 FPS, I think 120 is the way to go, if I'm being honest. Higher, 120 and higher. But we're going to move into an actual game now and test it out in an actual game. Okay, so we're in the actual game, and we're going to go Salty Towers for this challenge, due to the fact that a lot of people land Salty Towers, so there will be a lot of people there to mess this up possibly, so yay. You already know the vibes. You already know those vibes. So Salty Towers. By the way, anyone like this PlayStation Plus skin? I give it a solid 6 out of 10. I don't think it's my favorite skin of all time, but I probably won't main it after the next few days, because I like maining the new skins, and I probably don't wear it again. Also, the Walking Dead thing appeared, which is pretty cool. I believe Walking Dead comes out tonight at the time of recording this, and finally, maybe it'll come out tomorrow for this video. And then finally, the PlayStation Cup, which I'll be talking about probably on the 17th, which is actually tomorrow, so I'll probably upload this video today. But as you guys can see, I'm landing, and it doesn't look too great, if I'm being honest. I honestly I would say use the X11, if I'm being honest. Unless you're like really only getting like 40 FPS normally, then I could say, okay, maybe you should use performance. Maybe you should switch over to performance, and maybe you should use some performance. But I'm telling you guys, if you want any shot, that is it, guys, on this video. Like I said, I just personally say no one will want to watch it. It's for people that have really good PCs, because of the fact of how bad it looks. People, and then performance. And as you guys can see, I'm gonna rush someone. If you are not in need and you can get a consistent 100 FPS, I would completely say get off the kickoff. It's not worth using. It doesn't, especially if you want to make content. Resolutions. However, if you do want to get 90 FPS, you don't want to make content. Maybe test it out. I would say give it a week or so. I don't know. But it looks really bad, if I'm being honest. It really does. With that being said, as always, thank you guys for watching this video. Like as always, appreciate it. Remember, 75% of you guys are not subscribed to this YouTube channel. If I could get a quarter of you guys to subscribe, we would make it to 100. That'd be greatly appreciated. And also, if you guys want to be notified whenever I post a video, make sure you guys hit that bell and make that like button black or blue or white. I think that's what the colors are. And as always, I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Bye.